Hey everybody, welcome back to the Adventure Archive for some more Dragonbane. We missed you guys last week, but thanks for joining us again this week. I'm gonna have to remember what happened last time. The imagery is reminding me here, the battle map. But before I begin, I gotta thank Patrick for the amazing Dragonbane system, as well as Andreas and Noel for the awesome music that we get to listen to. Free of charge, which we much appreciate. But last time, oh yeah, don't forget, please like the stream if you're watching right now, or if you're watching the VOD, give us a like, comment down below so we can get, pushed up on the old YouTube algorithm. But last time on Dragonbane, it was a bit of a post-shopping episode. You guys went along, so you guys saved a little man named Tor and met his mother named Cora. And you went kind of on the outskirts of outskirt, in a like a little sheep, a little cottage where she has some sheep, and you guys spent the night there. And you guys noticed something in the distance, of course, and it was some kind of brigands, black cloak brigands. And well, I think it was Gideon, right, who decided that it was a monster and all monsters must be defeated. So on his watch, he went out, and then that's when combat broke out, pretty much. You guys defeated everybody very, very easily. I guess that was 2 episodes back, not 1 episode back. And you faced the I can't even remember his name now. Let's see. It is Aeolian, right? Aelarian of Blackwater. So he showed up. He's been tracking Cerriel for some time. Finally found her and demanded her return to the Elven Kingdom, where she is from, because she is royalty, supposedly. And there was a little bit of waffling. I think at first she decided she was going to go, and then she decided, maybe not, like the very next day. And even Donovan was having a chat with him while he was on his watch, and they got to know each other a little bit better. But yeah, unfortunately, it broke out into combat. The saving grace was a couple of things, actually. It was the fact that Cerriel still had, I believe, her companion heroic ability on Aelarian's steed. So he was still under her control to a degree. And that screwed him up. The horse bucked him off. And then Gideon comes in with the rope, or not the rope, the whip, and binds him up and rolls a 1 on his cobweb whip. So it's even harder for this guy to get out. And he just can't do anything. He's trying to get out, and then Bramble comes up, pummels him, and then I think the Morning Cloak shows up, right? If you guys all remember Morning Cloak from way back. So he kind of alluded to that he's been keeping an eye on things periodically, wandering the wilderness. Who knows what he's doing out there. But he came in, he aided the party a little bit, but then Donovan just shows up and basically brings the wrath of the gods down from the sky and decimates him. And it was a quick fight. I did not expect it. It was totally awesome. That's the funnest part of running games, is assuming like, oh shit, just sort of like meta. I've always wanted to bring some of the older characters back periodically, because they do exist in this world still, even though the players have moved on. But I kind of was like, maybe they'll need a little help, so I'll keep Morning Cloak in my back pocket in case things go south. They didn't need him at all, so yeah, cool times. But yeah, that's where we are. It's the next morning. It smells like just charred elf flesh right now. Aelarian is lying there just in a smoldering heap. His armor charred as well, possibly even melted to a degree. I don't know. That's up to Donovan, I guess, because he did some serious damage. But yeah,
no, we'll want to sell it, so it's in pristine condition.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I remember we were talking about how it's electricity, right? So it was just using the armor as a conduit, not necessarily melting it.
Yeah.
So, oh, and hey, Sam, what's up? Thanks for joining so early, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. So this is where we're going to begin. It's still morning out. It's very quiet, and you are burdened or not, I guess, by what went down. So tell me, what would you guys like to do?
Well,
I
I'll
guess.
remind. Oh,
No, go for it. Go for
I
it.
was just gonna say, I'm just gonna remind everybody Donovan went inside and he's sitting at the cottage table drinking tea and just he's thinking about stuff.
Oh, I forgot about that. I didn't. I forgot
Mm,
he went inside. Okay.
yep.
So I think Bramble might. So he's generally pretty good with the situation. I think that he was able to show that he show his worth, demonstrate that he is like a valuable part of this group and was able to like help defend other party members.
Hmm.
I guess there is some thought about Cora and Tor and now this what happened on their land, but also for Cerriel. And is this guy going to be missed? Are we now in trouble with her? With her family or with her father?
Yeah. I don't know. Cerriel, like, what? I mean, we're like immediately post battle. Like, what? How is she feeling? What is she saying? What is she doing?
She's definitely a bit in shock. She didn't want to kill him. She tried to give him outs, but he didn't take them. She is a little concerned about what her father will do when he finds out about this, but she's hoping he won't find out about it for a while.
Okay. What about Gideon? So he looks to be nearest the corpse, possibly still getting a little bit of a static electricity from the lightning burst. What's he up to?
Yeah, so every time he goes to loot the body, he gets sapped and waits a few seconds and tries again, and he still just gets sapped. But he's also keeping an eye out because he also remembers that someone did kind of run off this way, and that was in the fray of battle. So he's not entirely sure if they're fully gone or if it could be an ambush.
Oh, that was the other brigand, right? That you guys let go? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't see anything at the tree line. All is quiet. What you do spy on the dead elf's body is a longsword. There's also a very large shield that's just, thrown aside now. He's wearing plate armor. He also has a great helm. He also has a gold pouch,
Ooh.
which contains 25 gold.
Ooh, piece of candy.
There you go. So that's what you find on the body after the electricity dissipates.
So I think that if Bramble's outside, he's kind of like looking around because he's also kind of aware that there was a pretty good sized fire in the night, and there might be smoke that might have attracted somebody.
Mhm.
And that we did cause kind of a problem for Cora and Tor and their little farm. So he might go over to where Gideon is and say, like, perhaps at least a little bit of that gold should maybe be given to make sure, so that Cora and Tor are okay, And if anybody comes looking, say, for this person who's now going to be missing, that they might not be willing to give us up as easy.
You do have a point. Well, I mean, yeah, they could have all of the gold. Here's all 20 of it.
I love that.
I guess Bramble will take the
The 20
sack of
gold. Yeah.
It's a lot of gold.
Yeah. It's a lot of gold. There's 5 more, but it's a lot. So yeah, as you guys are chatting this over, Donovan, you're sitting there at the table. You hear the creaking of stairs across the room. And you look up and you see Cora there, kind of hesitating, coming down, kind of keeping to the shadows. You can see she's backlit by, there must be a window up on the stairwell behind her.
Mm-hmm.
Are they gone? You can barely hear her from the stairs, and she seems, again, hesitant to even come down to the bottom step, like just hovering her foot out a little bit as if she's going to step in a pit of quicksand or lava or something.
If you are asking if they've left the premises, no. But they aren't going to bother us anymore.
That's good. It sounded dreadful out there.
It was.
Is everyone all right?
More or less. More or less.
That's good. That's very good.
I want to thank you for letting us stay here. And I apologize for bringing so much chaos last night and this morning.
As you say this, she kind of, makes her way to the area of the room that serves as the kitchen, or what it could be, and has her back to you. She listens to you, and seems to be busying herself, moving cups or mugs around and little plates, and kind of absently doing something. You can't quite tell. And she says, there aren't any more coming, are there?
Hard to say. But we'll be out of your hair. And if more trouble does decide to follow us, we shan't be here.
What happens if someone else comes looking for you, but you're gone? It's
Then
just
you
me
tell
and
them
little Tor.
You tell them where we'll go. Keep an eye on which direction we leave in. Just tell them the truth.
She nods, but kind of resigned. She doesn't seem too pleased with the answer, let's say. She still seems like she's a little bit worried. But she doesn't say anything else. And Tor kind of, he makes his way down the stairs and tugs at her skirt, and she starts, making him breakfast of some kind.
Donovan will, he'll kind of let out an audible sigh, like he could tell. I mean, he's going through a lot right now himself.
Mm.
He's got some post-shock clarity happening. And but he could tell, like, yeah, he feels bad for having brought so much on this little family here.
Okay.
And he'll slowly get up and make his way outside of the cottage again.
Okay. So she says nothing more. You make your way outside. The rest of your companions are out there, and the scene, as much as you remember, or is exactly the same as you remember.
Have we given her the gold yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
So when Donovan gets to everybody, he says, I think perhaps we need to relocate this family inside of Outskirt. For their own safety.
That's a good thought. I don't know how safe they will be here. Now that others know that they are here, especially since someone got away. We do have some gold that we can give her, so that at least it makes whatever she decides to do a little bit easier. And but more pressing, what should we do with the? 'Cause he looks around at all of the corpses laying around,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, "We should probably get this cleaned up. It's going to be really bad if somebody comes here and sees all of this."
Yeah, there's 4 corpses in total, and one of which is the elf.
Have we checked the rest of the corpses?
I don't think so. I think you guys just
Mm-mm.
left them. Yeah, I think you guys went back to completed your watches. What was left of them anyway.
Is there anything left to check of the elf?
No, you kind of rummage around his corpse and you don't find anything else other than that.
Okay.
Just the gold and then, his armor, sword, shield, helm.
Gideon's gonna take the shield if no one else needs it.
Nope.
And he's gonna move on to the next body over here.
Okay, yeah, it's a large shield, so it's, about as tall as you. You could easily hide behind it.
Yeah, he's gonna wear it on his back mostly.
Okay. Let me Oh, you already have did you already have a large shield or did you add that?
I just added it.
Oh, okay, cool. I wasn't sure. I was like, how did that get there? Okay. Awesome. So yeah, you make your way over to this individual, one of the black cloaked brigands. You appear. So this person has a short sword at his side. There's also a sling, and there's also 10 silver.
Okay. Gideon's gonna collect the weapons and the silver, and kind of bring it over into a pile over here. And
Okay.
I think we should donate their belongings. Well, I don't think they need them anymore. To this family.
Good idea. We should anything of value, we should give to them.
And Gideon, as you were searching, you noticed this mark on... Oh, I gotta move it so the stream can see it. You notice this mark tattooed on the arm of this character.
Is that the same cultist?
You've seen this before, yes. You've seen this, I believe the last time you saw it, I think anyway, was way back when you found all of the cultists hanging from the archway on the path. Where I think it was Darrow found a grimoire. I can't remember if you guys have seen it since then. But yeah.
Guys?
Mhm.
I think they found us.
And I don't remember, did you ever discover what this symbol was? I can't remember if you did or not.
It was something to do with Sathmog. Right?
Sathmog, okay, yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I thought I told you about it. I just couldn't remember. It's been so long. This is the tattoo of Sathmog that signifies followers of Sathmog. And Sathmog is the demon that is potentially rising up again in the Misty Vale, according to the rumors you've heard.
You don't think they're trying to get the statue pieces, do you?
Possibly.
Were these men and your elf friend, were they working together, or is it just a coincidence that they happened upon us at this farm on the same night?
I think he hired them, didn't he?
Yeah, so Cerriel, you recognize, so among the fallen bodies was a mallard. And that mallard, let me show you.
The one that was following
his
us,
face.
right?
Correct. It's
But he hired
this
them.
guy.
Right?
So this one, albeit he doesn't look so hot right now,
Oh
he's
my.
one of the individuals that you guys are seeing lying on the ground. He's the one who's right here, I believe. Yeah, that one.
That's a Darkwing Duck villain if I ever saw one.
I know, right? So the first time you encountered that guy, Cerriel, was at the Road's End Inn.
We stole their horses.
They were tracking you. Darrow overheard that they were on the lookout for you, watching you. And there was just some mutterings of, they weren't trying to kill you or attack you quite yet. They were just told to keep an eye on you.
Well, there's probably more where this came from. So I think we need to go ahead and get the boy and his mother safely in outskirt. We need to probably pile up these bodies and discard them with flame. And
Or we
then
could possibly bury them in the forest.
we could bury them.
Less smoke that way.
That's true. That's a good point. All right, Bramble, get a shovel.
I will go see if Cora has one.
Yeah, you kind of see on the perimeter of the house. There's plenty of tools like a shovel and a little like hatchet and stuff for chopping wood. So yeah.
Okay. I think Bramble might wander into the house with the bag of gold and like the supplies that we gathered.
Okay.
To talk to Cora and Tor.
Okay. So yeah, you walk in and she's in there.
Excuse me. I have. You remember me from last night? I stayed here.
Yes,
Bramble?
I remember you.
Okay. Well, we've talked about how we are going to keep your family safe from all the trouble that we have caused and brought down upon you. So there is a thought that maybe you should possibly relocate back to outskirt so that you aren't here, because we're afraid that there might be more of the people who came last night come looking for us, and if we're not here, then we cannot help to drive them away.
But what about my farm? My sheep?
Now, I don't want to tell you that you don't have to go. Of course, if you think that you will be safe here, but we have worries, and we also have some items and some gold for you that might help you with whatever you decide to do, whether it is to relocate and move, or if you want to, I don't know, use it for to help with the repairs. But we will give you this to you, and then take care of the outside so it doesn't look like anybody was here. And then we will go with our thanks, of course, for your hospitality.
So you say all this to her, and she tries to speak, and you can see she's choking up a little bit, a little overwhelmed emotionally. And I guess you hand over the gold that you have, and it takes some
gold.
I love it. It takes some coercing, but eventually she takes it and thanks you profusely. Yeah, she mentions she has her sister lives in outskirts, so she may stay with her for a little while and figure out the farm situation.
Yes, perhaps it can be only a temporary thing. Just stay in the city for just a bit, or with family, and come back after a bit once it is safe and everything has kind of died down. You know?
I thank you again. I can't thank you enough. This money will go a long way.
Oh, we can't thank you enough. You have been a wonderful host and have. I know that we have not been the best guests to commit murder on your land, but it wasn't really all our fault. We were attacked, but we want to thank you anyway. And we will be out of your hair hopefully soon. We will just take care of this mess that's outside.
Okay. She thanks you again and dashes up the stairs excitedly. And you hear creaking of the floorboards, and seems like she might be packing.
Okay. So Bramble will go back outside to assist with whatever the group is doing. We're going to.
Yeah. So, what are you guys doing? Are you burying bodies? Are you tossing them in the forest and covering them up with twigs? What's the plan?
We're burying them.
Okay.
We'd rather them not be found, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
you're gonna go find a secluded area, maybe in the forest, or just on the edge of the forest somewhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And I'll just say there's enough equipment for all of you guys to dig if you want to, because there are 4 bodies.
Mm-hmm.
What about the armor of the elf? Are you guys taking that, or the helm, or anything like that? Or are you just burying him, or burying that with him?
Mm.
It's like recognizable enough that if somebody saw it, they might know that it belonged to that guy, right?
It's pretty distinct. Yeah, I guess if someone found it, they might be able to identify the owner, even
It could
though
be
he
melted
doesn't.
down, though, right?
I mean, you could take it
Reforged.
to. You guys already visited a
Yeah, the blacksmith.
blacksmith in outskirts.
What's
so
her
you
name?
could. The blacksmith is. There's 2 of them actually. There's a.
A brother and a sister.
Yeah, they're. Well, I think it's husband and wife. Dwarf.
Oh, is it?
But let me. I could be wrong. Let me see here. It's you met. Where is Okald, Okald, and yeah, she's got I think it's her husband. Let's see. His name is Badinor, Badinor. Yeah, he was the guy kind of back near the forge working on stuff, and she was kind of manning the counter.
I don't think that we should like let anybody else see this armor or have the possibility of somebody finding it. Like, we should figure out some way to get rid of it. Like, nobody should take it and wear it. And we shouldn't show it to anybody else, because in case they decide, if this guy decides to put it up for sale because it's such fine armor, and somebody notices, that this armor is for sale and asks where he got it, then that could come back on us also.
Yeah, Bramble, this this armor is it's worth a lot of gold. More gold than you've probably ever seen. So it's
Maybe
definitely
we
valuable.
hide it for now.
Yeah, you could hide it. I mean, there's plenty of places to hide it in the trees. You can tell there's not a lot of traffic here. There's like this little farm that's kind of backed up against these trees that seem to be just wilderness. There's no paths.
I'm fine with
that you've
hiding it.
seen.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could even hide it in the cottage.
Yeah, I mean, you could hide it somewhere in there.
Pull up some floorboards. Wrap it up with leather. Put it under there. Hammer the floorboards back down.
Yeah, whatever you guys want to do, it's up to you. Inside or outside somewhere.
Let's hide it inside, gang.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Okay. All right, I'll just say, are you going to tell Cora about it, or are you going to look for somewhere to stash it?
Yeah, we'll tell her about it.
Okay. She
Because
directs
if we
you.
do sell it, we'll give her some of the gold.
Okay. Yeah, she directs you to a. She has like a little. There's like a little trap door, sort of in the corner. It doesn't. It leads down to like a. I don't even want to call it like a half cellar, but like a little closet underground. So yeah, if you guys want to hide it down there, and she does keep the trap door pretty hidden.
Remember, you're in a accessory to murder. You say nothing. I don't say that.
Okay.
I don't say that.
All right. So you guys do all that. You guys bury
Yeah.
the bodies. I'll just say, I don't know, probably a couple hours go by. And I guess you're all outside. It's around, I don't know, mid-ish day getting there. I guess the last thing you remember was Donovan, you had sort of that tip, that treasure. I can't remember what your ability is, but you got that tip of like a strong sense of high value.
Yeah,
coming
it's,
to the.
it's called I Know Everything All the Time. And
well, damn.
yeah,
There goes the mystery. There goes the mystery.
treasure hunter.
Treasure hunter. That's right. Does that require you to use willpower points, or is it just like a thing?
No, yeah, I use 3 willpower points, and
Okay.
when I use it, it just tells me which direction to go for the most valuable. Yeah, at the crossroads of some kind, you can activate this ability to learn the direction of the greatest treasures.
The greatest treasures. Okay.
So it'll always point towards my friends. It's useless. But no, last we knew, it was directly south of the cave we came out of, which is now going to be southwest.
Yeah, and I'll remind you guys all have a map of the Misty Vale, or you guys have a map between you, or 2, I guess. Maybe Bramble and Donovan also have one.
Yeah.
So I can activate. Let's do that. Misty Vale, activate, so we can kind of get a sense of where you guys are.
There we go.
You guys are actually more over here. I guess like more over here on the outskirts of town.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so southwest.
Yeah, and then this is where you believe the greatest treasure of all time is the direction of.
It's gotta be.
This part
It
of the map.
must be a piece of the statue.
I'm also interested in this place here. I'm pinging it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that looks neat too.
Yeah, it's pretty
the
cool.
hell is that?
I don't know. You could walk by, perhaps.
Yeah. And I actually ask everybody that. Donovan asks everybody that. What do you suppose this? It looks like maybe it's a church and a crack in the ground.
Yeah, I don't know. Have you, Cerriel or Gideon, have you ever been to that location?
I have not, but something tells me that there's gonna be monsters there.
Oh, well, we should probably go there then. It's on the way to where Donovan thinks that the greatest treasure must lie. So we won't be going out of our way.
Yes, we might as well stop.
But now that our crimes are hidden, I feel good that we should go ahead and set out again. If you are ready for more adventure, I am ready. I'm ready to go.
A time of high adventure.
Yeah, I suppose I'm ready.
Okay.
I knew you'd say that. You're always down for adventure.
Always.
So you guys have the 2 horses still. The black and the white stallion. And let's see how far we got. This is where you guys are heading, to this thing?
Mm-hmm.
So that's 17.5 kilometers. I think it was 30 kilometers a shift, if I remember correctly. I think we might need a bushcraft roll, though, to make sure you guys don't get lost, because there is no direct path there. It's just kind of, there's not like a road or anything. It's just grassland and trees and stuff like that. So I'm guessing Cerriel is always the trailblazer, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna push it. She's kind of exhausted after everything.
Oh,
that
you already
happened.
rolled. I didn't even notice. That's why everybody's laughing.
Yeah.
Yikes. Okay, so you succeeded. Oh wait,
She's feeling a little tired and a little low after everything.
First condition of the game. So yeah, also just so you guys know, if you guys ever get a spyglass or decide to buy one, you get a boon to the roll for your bushcraft roll.
Okay.
But yeah, you made a bushcraft roll for every shift to find your way. If the Pathfinder has no map, the roll gets a bane. But you guys do have a map, of course. So you guys make it there. I believe it is 30 kilometers on horseback per shift. Yeah, okay. So you guys make it there in no time. So yeah, you guys make it all the way here. And before you reach that, you do see kind of there's a strange, I don't want to call it a shimmer, but like a light coming from the ground. You can't quite see where it's coming from, but as you approach, you see there is a an old chapel standing there. Old mortared stones. They look like they've been here a very, very long time. They're covered in moss and lichen. There's bits of grass peeking out between the stones. And there is a stained glass window also on the sides. But they're all shattered, unfortunately. And wherever the shards have gone, you have no idea. But there, at the face of this old chapel, are heavy oaken doors, and they are hanging loose and creaking as the wind picks up, whistling through the skeletons of this old chapel.
They're not moving, right?
What is it?
The skeletons?
Oh, I mean the skeleton of the chapel. Like it's a.
Oh,
it's like a. Sorry, sorry. Maybe I misspoke. Yeah, I just mean like it's been here a very long time. It's an ancient ruin of this
gotcha.
Of this chapel. Yeah, but again, you guys are right. Sort of behind it is this massive breach in the ground.
I toss a rock in it.
It goes.
Yeah, Bramble would walk up to
down.
the edge and kind of peek over the side, and see how deep the crevice goes.
You cannot see the bottom, unfortunately.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Gideon's gonna walk up behind Bramble and
Push him in.
no, actually he's gonna stick the end of the whip on his back just in case.
Like the
Oh,
you mean
thank
the cobweb? That's what you're doing?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
A little tether.
Cobweb whip.
Donovan will kind of take a little closer look at the the remains of what was once this church like building.
Yeah. Okay. So
myths and legends, trying to figure out if there's any scriptures written anywhere. So maybe languages. I don't know. Just trying to get a clue of what this place maybe was one time.
Yeah, I'll give you a myths and legends roll if you want to roll
Myths
that
and
for me.
legends. All right.
As you kind of start examining this place. And you succeed with a 14. So yeah, you kind of walk along the side. You see, like I said, the shattered stained glass windows that are on each side of the building. You kind of recognize some of the patterns. There's enough of one of them remaining that you can kind of take a look. And it definitely is... You feel kind of a sense of evil here. You get the same feeling that, the image of that tattoo on the brigand or the cult member, whoever it was, sort of, it comes into your mind at that moment.
I have a bad feeling about all this. Perhaps we should not linger here.
But yeah, as you're looking, at the stained glass windows and stuff, you can see inside. There's light sort of cascading into the interior, and there's just a lot of like rotting pews, and it looks like perhaps old pages. There's leaves. There's grass and things growing up from the floor, and there's kind of just like a very dank smell coming from the inside.
Walking around on the inside, are there any other doors that are like lead anywhere else, or is it all just one room?
Oh, you went inside. Sorry, I didn't even know you went.
Oh yeah. He would wander inside.
So are you gonna like go straight through the doors? Are you gonna climb through the window? Like, so the doors are closed, but they're kind of busted up and hanging, so you could push through if you wanted to.
Yeah, he'd probably do that. He'd pull the door open enough to get it open enough for us to go inside.
Okay, so you go inside and you start kind of crunching over the dead leaves and the old pews and stuff like that. And it's all very monochromatic in here. It's very gray and browns and stuff. And everything there's almost like a loss of color once you step past the over the threshold anyway. And you see this, it looks like a mount, like there's a lectern, an old lectern at the head. Where there might be like a preacher or something standing there, and there's a mound just on the other side of it, and you see it kind of shifting a little bit, and some dust comes off it, and you hear a muttering sound.
Bramble's gonna pull his axe from his back and start kind of wandering close, but look behind to see if he's the only one who's coming into the church.
Yeah, so I guess let's talk about what Gideon, what Cerriel, what Donovan are doing as Bramble kind of just makes his way into the chapel. Did anybody follow, or are you guys doing anything else?
Yeah, Donovan definitely would follow Bramble if he leads, the way into the chapel. He would go with him.
Okay. Or are you just kind of trailing behind him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I'm close behind him.
Okay.
If he walked away from the edge, I'm gonna take the whip off.
Okay.
And I'll follow as well.
Okay. Cerriel, what are you doing? As
Yeah,
the rest
she'll
of the
go
party?
into.
You're gonna go inside? Okay. You guys all make your way inside, kind of picking your path carefully, because again the ground is covered. There's like I said, broken old pews, rotting pages that are just indecipherable. And I guess Bramble, how far do you go? Do you like make your way all the way up to the lectern and where this mound is moving, or do you?
Yeah, I'm walking slowly and carefully, and trying to figure out what it is as far away back as I can. If I kind of identify what I'm seeing without getting right up to it.
Yeah, so you do see. So you kind of like this mound is kind of behind the lectern, and so you kind of move around a little bit just to kind of get a better vantage. And it looks like a hunched over man who's wearing this robe that is just. It's strange because it appears bulky, but you can see his withered arms and gnarled fingers coming out of the front, and you see this massive hook nose with hairs kind of growing out of the tip. and he's like smacking his lips. And it looks like he's looking down at something, but you can't quite see what it is. But it's very apparent that he either has no teeth or very few teeth, because you can see his face is kind of recessed in the mouth area. He doesn't appear to notice you, though.
Bramble will look back at everybody else to kind of like, and then I guess we'll continue kind of like slowly creeping forward, and he's gonna say, "Hello."
Okay, so you say hello, and he jerks up to the best of his ability, but he's still very twisted spine, hunched over, and you see these milky eyes kind of rolling in sockets as he kind of focuses on your direction.
Don't hurt yourself. We're not dangerous. We're just travelers. And we saw the building and we stopped.
Who goes there? Speak your business. What is your name? Are you here for the Dark Prince?
Are we
The end
here
is
for the
nigh. The end is nigh.
No,
The Dark Prince rises soon. Have a seat. Have a seat. There's plenty of seats.
And you see when he's talking, he holds up the thing he was holding in his hands, and you see that it's a skull, a human skull. And he begins to kind of saunter over to one of the pews that seems to be the most upright, or in somewhat decent condition. It's not just like moldering on the ground. And he's trying to put the skull up against the back of it.
Now, careful. Sit up straight. The Dark Prince does not like bad posture.
And he kind of keeps talking to himself, getting frustrated how the skull is not balancing where he would like it to. And so he starts piling up some of this refuse from the ground to make another mound. And finally he affixes the skull on top. And he kind of dusts his hands off.
That'll do.
Who is your friend?
Huh?
And he kind of turns around, and you can tell like he looks in your
I'm still here.
He looks in your direction, but he's it's still hard for him. He's clearly blind, and it's hard for him to completely zero in on where you are. So he's looking in your general direction.
Are you here for the Dark Prince? You sound familiar.
No, we were just traveling by and we saw the building and thought we'd come in and see what anything was going on in here, and it looks like there is.
All are welcome. He rises soon. The sky grows dark even now.
And as he says this, you guys do notice that it begins to darken. The light from that is kind of streaming in through these broken stained glass windows, the rays where the dust motes are dancing through kind of diminish a little bit. It does feel like it's getting darker outside.
Guys, was it cloudy before?
It was
It
not.
was very nice day.
Yeah, it's typical misty veil, right? There's mist crawling across the ground, and it's kind of overcast, but it was never as it wasn't this dark.
Hmm.
Have a seat. Oh, there's more of you. What a pretty voice.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Also, thank you.
We say thank you at the same time.
How many are here? Oh, the Dark Prince will be so happy.
Yes, this Dark Prince, you say he's coming. Where and when? Is he coming out of this hole in the ground? Is it right now?
There's a hole in my chapel.
Oh,
Of what do you speak? Oh, I must clean up this place.
And while he's talking to you guys, he He kind of moves around. He rummages around more of the refuse, finds another skull, and then goes over to it, feels his way around, to another pew, but then it kind of breaks under his touch, and he kind of feels his way up the wall.
You will keep watch because the Dark Prince comes soon.
And he kind of puts the skull facing outward on the windowsill. And then he kind of goes back, walking around, looking through, feeling through things because he can't quite see.
At some point, while everyone's talking with this gentleman, Donovan's gonna want to go and investigate the podium or whatever it was, where the leader of a congregation would be at. I want to see if there's any kind of literature, parchments.
Yeah, so you make your way over
that.
there, and granted, it's this podium, this lectern, this up there. There's no book on it whatsoever. There's no symbols or anything like that. It's barely hanging on. It almost feels as if you kind of just touched it, it might crumble into dust. But yeah, there's no literature, there's no books anywhere, there's nothing. There's a little dais behind it, but it's just, again, scattered with refuse, and it ends in just this very ancient stone wall.
All right, he's gonna make his way back to the party and kind of lean in towards Cerriel and try to very quietly say, I suppose we should go ahead and just leave this man here to his business. I don't like the feeling of this place, and I think he's mad. We should leave.
Yes, I agree.
You guys don't want to see the Dark Prince? I'm kind of curious. I must admit.
I am not really in the mood to see a Dark Prince, honestly.
What if he has a statue piece?
Yes. What if he has a statue piece?
I think perhaps the Dark Prince is what happens when we put all the statue pieces together. Just the
So if
hunch,
he's
though.
coming,
It's like
then
Voltron, you make
maybe
the Dark Prince.
other. Yes. Do you think one of the pieces could be here?
I could use my ability to determine. I'm trying to think of a natural way to bring this up.
I could use my ability.
I can sniff the air. I could smell treasure.
Yes,
Sorry,
I know
that was me.
you are very good at this. What if you did this, but you noticed that there might be some good treasure to the west, right? And that is
That's
why we
correct.
were going this way. So
Yep.
what if you stand on the west side of the room and use and think really hard about where this treasure might be, and see if it is still west or if it's in this room, if it goes to the east.
All right, and I will do that. I'll spend 3 willpower.
All right, spend your three willpower points, and you concentrate with all of your heroic might. The strength, let's call it, of the greatest treasure of all lies farther to the west. So you
Okay.
don't get a sense of anything that grand in this chapel.
It smells like sugar cookies to the west. So we still have to go that way.
Okay. I still am very interested in seeing what this Dark Prince is, but if you think that we should go, then he looks at Gideon. I guess we should just go along and go as well. Yes?
I think Cerriel is right. I think, the pieces we'll get to see this one way or another. I think this man here is just mad.
I thought he was pretty cool. A single tear's gonna run down Gideon's cheek. And, He'll get up.
Well, look we've upset Gideon.
I know a toad needs its moisture. Careful.
Oh, did you get the rain frog sound bit for when he does his war
Oh,
cry?
damn. No, I forgot.
it's the best thing
I'll
ever.
need to download that. I know.
All right. Well, perhaps we should go. We don't want to get caught if it starts. Well, if it looks like it's going to rain because it's getting dark outside, then maybe being inside is a good thing. We will stay out of the rain. We will have shelter here.
No, I don't. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna nudge him and say, "You see all these skeletons here?
Mm-hmm.
With a hunch, if we stay, he might try to make us one of his collection.
You think?
We might be safer outside."
That is a good point. I don't want to be added to his collection, that is for sure. And I don't see that he has a mallard skeleton, so he probably really wants my skeleton.
Yes.
All right, I agree. We should go. Thank you. What is your name, sir?
Oh, you're just talking. You asked.
Ah?
Your name?
Oh, the servant of the Dark Prince has no name. He is not worthy of names. But you can give me a name if you wish. Just don't tell the Dark Prince. Shh, shut up.
Oh. I don't know. I start thinking of a name. As I'm kind of walking towards the exit.
The
of
exit.
room.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, I'm thinking. We should go. Yes, let's get out of here.
Okay. So.
He just quickly gets out of there.
Yeah. Like So all you
Just
guys
leave this poor old guy
leave it?
waiting.
Okay. Okay. All right, so you guys make it outside, and strangely enough, it's not very dark out here. So it's an odd occurrence where once you were inside, it appeared that the light that was coming in through the windows was darkening, but now that you're out, it appears as just as you've or back when you entered it.
Time to get back on the horse and redo our course. Let's go.
Okay, back on the
Go
horse.
west.
Redo your course. Okay, so yeah, you guys can make it all the way. Let's see, that's another. Oh, it's 25. Wow, that's a ways. So it's like 47. Is that right? I gotta zoom in. 32. Yeah, so you guys can make it all the way here. I'll say like so there's one shift. I'll say it's like afternoon by the time you guys make it here.
Time to have some tea.
Time to have some tea.
I once had a friend named Davy. Maybe
Davey?
that would have been a good name for him.
That would have been an excellent name for him.
I wish I had thought of it whenever we were in there. He would have been pretty happy, I think, with that name. Davy.
He seemed like he wanted friends.
Yes. Maybe we'll stop on our way out when we are leaving. And say hi again.
Okay, so you guys. Oh, go ahead. Were you gonna say something?
I was just gonna say, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
I'm gonna assume that Donovan and Bramble have had lots of conversations like this where Donovan's very sarcastic and not serious and assumes Bramble's the same way, but I'm assuming Bramble is probably actually earnest in all of this.
Yeah. Yeah, this is fully serious.
So yeah, that's just for role playing purposes. It's very common to see Bramble and Donovan having a conversation where Donovan's not serious at all, but Bramble is.
That seems to be what's happening often. So, all right, cool. So you guys make it all the way to this this circle of mountains. Basically, it gets very craggy. The mists start to get heavier, dipping down through the paths up above, and it appears to be, you recognize this more than anyone probably, Donovan, but this appears to be an old mining site. However, all of the equipment is just completely decimated. Time, it's fallen apart, rusted, just almost turned to dust. But there is a let me move you guys here really quick. Let me move your tokens. You guys do see at the face a massive gate. So this ravine, it ends in this this craggy rock wall where there is a stone gate. But it's hanging wearily on these broken old hinges. And you see some faint light seeping through the gate. And from here you can almost tell that it appears to be there might be some runes etched on its surface. But a lot of them appear to be destroyed by vandalism. So some are X'd out, some are painted over, destroyed. But yeah, that's what you guys see.
What time of day is it? Did we
I'll say
arrive
it's like,
here like?
Yeah, it's getting close to dusk, I would guess. You guys traveled, well, it's been like a couple shifts, I guess. So maybe it's like late afternoon.
Gideon, can you make anything out of what's on the walls here?
Let me check my notes.
So you want to try to read these old runes, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a languages roll.
So I have also ancient heroes and villains. Does that help me in this situation at all?
Yeah, let's I'll give you a boon.
Heck yeah. You said languages?
Yeah, give me a languages roll.
Oh. I rolled to increase it. Uh-oh.
I made it increase. Did you forget to do that last time or something? Or did you accidentally?
No, it was a misclick.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. I can fix it. I'm not cheating, I promise.
Yeah, so yeah, you can do a straight language. Well, I mean, sorry, with a boon. Okay, you can't. There's a couple you can make out, but most of them you can't. You do read the word. It appears to be what the word used to be, LODE, load. But it looks like it's been kind of transformed very crudely into the word folly, FOLLY. That's the only thing you can make out. So the word load, LODE, has been changed to folly, FOLLY.
He's going to relay that to the group.
Okay. But yeah, there are some other inscriptions around as well that Gideon, you weren't able to make out. But I'll say, Donovan, because you are a dwarf, you recognize these as dwarven, but it's not of a specific tongue you speak. There's some familiarity with it, so if you'd like to attempt to read, I'll give you a boon as well, just because of your background.
All right.
So just a languages roll with a boon. Okay, you succeed. So with a 6. So what you do see, or what you do decipher, is one of the. They're actually multiple phrases, 3 of them. One of them reads, "White Death's Triumph." The other one reads, "Greed's Price." And the last one, a very dwarven name, reads, "Glitter Grubber's Folly."
Glitter Grubber's Folly?
Yeah, Glitter Grubber. Glitter Grubber's possessive, so it's like somebody or something named Glitter Grubber.
Right.
Folly.
And how is folly spelled?
Folly. Yeah.
Okay. White. So, what was that first phrase? White something?
It was White Death's Triumph.
Death. Right.
So DEATH apostrophe S. So like possessive. White Death's
Possessive.
Triumph.
All right. Sorry, I've just been a little.
Oh, no,
quick
no, it's okay.
notes. All right. Yeah, I'll relay all of this to the party.
And as you guys are inspecting, oh, sorry, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Well, I was just gonna say Donovan also lets the party know he has a feeling like this place was like it was doing well, and this glitter glubber must have been somebody of importance, and they probably met an ill fate here at this location. So we should be on our toes because
It kind of sounds like like an insult. He was a glitter grubber.
Oh,
Yeah.
like glitter, like shiny. If this is a mine, maybe it has something to do with something he found.
Yeah, I'd also like to mention, so there's a gate here. Again, it's closed, but it's the doors, the ancient stone doors are kind of just hanging on their hinges. But as you guys are inspecting the runes that are inscribed here, you do see there's 2 little cracks in the wall. One here and one here. They appear to be not natural formations. They appear to be man-made. They almost look like they're watch out. Kind of little... Maybe a watchtower or something embedded into the stone, or
Like at our level.
No, they're a little higher. They're higher up, like on a second level. So it's almost like they're looking down on you, like a guard post or something. But they're black. You don't see any movement when you look up there. You don't see any light coming from up there. Yeah.
Well, we should go on in. It's not. I mean, if it gets dark out here, it's going to be dark inside, whether it's day or night. If we are ready to go, perhaps we go inside, or we could rest and go in the morning.
Yeah, there's
I would
plenty
kind
of
of like
area.
to rest.
So yeah, in this ravine there is ample places for you guys to make camp if you'd like. Sort of beyond, but it's up to you guys, whatever you want to do.
making camp is a good idea. We should discuss what our plan of action is before we go inside of this place.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay.
Agreed.
So you guys make your way a little away or further away from the gate here, and I'll bring just back up the Misty Veil again. So yeah, you guys are, I guess, hanging around here somewhere. And yeah, I'll say it's, the sun's definitely starting to set.
Now, I know we have plenty of rations on us, but if anyone would like to hunt for something, I am a rather excellent cook.
Is it true? he can turn pretty much anything that we would find into a very good cuisine. He's not kidding.
Is that one of your just free
One of
magical
my
tricks or
magic
whatever?
tricks.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
magic
cook
trick.
food.
That's right.
So I can make food safe to eat without a bush check.
Oh,
Bushcraft check.
nice.
I tried to hunt with my whip. There was a squirrel up in a tree, but all I got was leaves and eventually a hornet's nest, so I don't think I should hunt.
I can cook hornets.
Oh,
Do you have them with
Well-
you?
the hornets?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Mhm.
just their stingers.
Oh, wow.
And he's gonna pull one out of his arm.
That's the unappetizing part of them. But for real, you sprinkle some powdered sugar over them, fry them up a little bit. Quite crunchy, quite tasty.
Cerriel, you're the best with a bow I've ever seen. Maybe you could see if you could catch something.
Yes. I believe I had a bad experience once, but I will give it a shot.
Okay, so the way hunting works in this game is it requires a ranged weapon, which you have. And then you got to make a hunting and fishing roll to track down an animal. And then you will roll on a table to determine what kind of animal you find.
A hunting and fishing roll, and not a bows roll? Okay.
Correct.
Hmm.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
You succeed with a 2?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. So why don't you roll me a d6? What'd you get? Did you roll yet?
Yeah, 6.
I didn't scroll down. Okay, you find a deer feeding on some foliage just outside the ravine. And if you would like to attempt to kill this deer for food, you have to make another, let's see. So yeah, you can roll for the hunter's weapon, so that would be the bow, or you can make a hunting and fishing check. I'm guessing you're going to want the bow.
Yeah.
Isn't
bow.
your bow damaged?
Yeah, but I had like 6
6 shots, right?
shots before it broke again, and I
And I don't think
used
you
one.
did. You use one already?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, because he did it right before our fight, and we each got 1 hit. So
that's right. Okay, so yeah, you can roll for bows if you'd like to attempt to kill this deer for food, or you can roll hunting. And I'm guessing you want the bow roll. It's pretty high.
yeah,
Nice.
poor dear.
You slay the vile deer, and why don't you roll me a d4, and this will be how many rations this animal yields. Look at that, a 4. So
I think I
you
just
have
wasted
earned...
all my good rolls.
I know, right? So you guys eat heartily, I guess. I mean, that's enough for all 4 of you. You consume this deer. So yeah, I guess night falls by now. You come back from the hunt successful. And are you guys starting a fire or anything? Or are you just eating it raw? Or I guess, you're going to cook it, right? You're going to cast your cooking trick.
Yeah, I can cook it without any fire. We could
That's-
stay
dang,
well hidden.
Look at that. Wow.
Let me cast that. It still uses 1 will. There we go.
Oh, it actually uses a willpower point. Oh, you just don't have. You're not required to see if it's successful.
Right.
That's right. Okay, you cast cook food, and it's delicious.
Can I also? Oh, go ahead.
Nope. That was it.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, can I also spend 1 willpower to cast bird song and have my little bird friend kind of scout around and come back and let me know if there's anything dangerous nearby or if we're safe?
Is there anything anywhere specific you would like this bird to go? or is it just kind of around generally?
Yeah, around wherever we'll be camping. So kind of within like like if there's a hex spot we're camping in, all the hexes around it. I just want the bird to do a little sweep.
How close are you guys gonna be to the gates? Are you gonna be like where your tokens are here, or are you gonna be like tucked over here somewhere?
I'm thinking tucked like over in these rock. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are pretty close. Okay, yeah, I'll say you send your bird around. Your bird reports that there's something near the gate.
Mm-hmm.
And you look over there, and it's pretty clear now as the sun falls and or night falls, and you see where those two little areas, where those two like cracks in the mountainside. There's a very faint light flickering from them. Looks like torchlight, perhaps a fire of some kind.
Something occupies this place.
We should set the watch.
Absolutely.
I do not mind taking first watch if you all want to sleep first.
All right, I'll take second.
Okay.
I'll take last watch.
Great idea. That way we can all rest in case any monsters come.
That's true.
Okay. So you guys settle down. I think you guys all need to roll. Does anybody have sleeping bags or anything?
We have like bedrolls or
bedrolls. That's right. Because I think so making camp out of the wilderness, each player must make a bushcraft roll to find a suitable. I'm gonna say you don't need that because you guys aren't in the wilderness. You guys are kind of in a very somewhat developed area, even though it's all in ruin. So I'll just say that's not a thing. So let's just say that. All right. So, Bramble takes first watch, and I'm guessing you guys aren't lighting any torches, not starting any fires, right? You guys are in just the moonlight, basically. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you sit there, Bramble, for a while, and you kind of are you sitting there? Are you walking around or anything like that, or just keeping?
Yeah, I would find a place. It looks like there's some things to climb, so I might be up on something, so I have a little bit more of a view of the surroundings. Okay. And I'm kind of maybe I found a place that's a little more shadowy, so I can kind of like hang back and just kind of watch and listen.
Okay, yeah, you kind of hang back, watch and listen. Your attention is definitely drawn though to the gate, the stone gates, because those lights they kind of flash as if maybe something or someone is walking past it, so it kind of goes off, it flickers, and then comes back on. You also do notice something now that you're closer, and now that it is even darker out here, is that there's almost this like starry light creeping out of the gap in the entrance. So these two stone, the stone gate they're not flush, they're a little bit off kilter. And you see a little bit of the strange, almost like sparkly starlight. That's the only thing you can see. Now you look up and you don't see any stars because the misty veil is very overcast, but you've seen plenty of night sky it just has that feeling, the strange appearance, which you've never seen on the ground. It's really odd.
Just kind of like a sparkly light emitting from the...
Exactly, like a sparkly light, like almost as if light is being reflected off of gemstones or something like that, or a night sky. But there's an interesting pattern that's getting kind of painted on the ground, just barely right outside of these the stone gates.
Okay, so he would watch that to see if there's any change to it. He's focusing a lot on that. Still looking around and making sure that nothing would be creeping up from this side. But as long as he sees it's just light, nothing's coming out of there, then he's fine just to watch.
Okay.
and then
Yeah.
let Donovan know whenever it's his turn to take over.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty much all that happens on your watch. So then I guess, Donovan, you are woken at that point. You get up.
I'll take the same course of action that Bramble did. I'll get
Okay.
up a little bit higher on a stone or something. And
Now, did Bramble divulge any of this information to Donovan when he woke him? Yeah?
Yeah, he would have passed everything that he saw happen.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So, yeah, based on that information, I'm guessing you're going to kind of get in position to be able to check it out, too. So, yeah, you make your way close enough, and you see the same thing. So you see the same flickering light in these two little areas up set in the stone wall of the facade. And, that strange glimmer of light that's touching the ground, maybe just... a meter at most outside of the stone gates. So it's not very, probably, it was completely invisible in the daytime.
Can I send my bird with bird song over there to look at it closer? Maybe even be able to look inside of the slits.
Yeah, if it wants to go up there and look, yeah. So we decided your bird you can't communicate with it, right? Because we kind of like...
Well, I
House
can
ruled.
if it seems like it's really eager, I can cast Animal Whisper, and then I can communicate. Yeah.
Did I forget your token? Oh no, you're right there. Oh, I see you. Okay. Yeah. So okay, you send your bird over there, and are you going like right up? Is it gonna like land on the edge of this thing, or go inside, or just kind of flutter around outside?
It's gonna. I would want it to land, pretty much like right at the entryway point. Have it see what it can see inside. Definitely not go explore inside, but just like when a bird flies up to your windowsill and it's looking around, wanted to do that. And then if it sees things to come back, and I'll use magic to be able to communicate with it.
Okay. So yeah, you're surrounded by a lovely bird song, stretch of time. The bird gives you you also get a boon to awareness, I guess, when you're using it. Okay.
Yeah, and then Animal Whisper is this spell lets you talk to a bird or a mammal. You can ask a number of questions equal to the power level. Animals can tell you what they have seen, heard, or smelled, but they do not perceive the world as humanoids do, and their answers are hard to interpret. The main advantage is that they never lie.
Okay. So the bird goes up there, looks, perches on the edge, kind of pokes its head in. Seems a bit aggravated. Doesn't like to be there very much, and kind of flies back into the night. But if you want to use your Animal Whisper ability, you can.
I will.
Okay.
And I'll do it. There we go.
Whoa! I thought that was going to be a demon, but you rolled a dragon.
I was really scared for a second.
I know. I saw the symbol and I was like, "Oh crap! Is that going to be a demon where you're gonna get older again?"
So I chose where that didn't cost me any willpower.
There you go. Awesome. Okay,
And,
so what questions do you want to ask the bird?
Oh boy. Well, I think really quick first, more importantly, we need to name the bird.
That's true.
What's a good name for a bird?
Tweety is pretty good.
Cletus?
Tweety.
Oh, Tweety.
Who's the
Cletus.
bird?
That's
Who's
like
the-
Cletus.
Cletus.
That's a pretty good Cletus.
All right,
Cletus.
fine, Cletus.
What was the little owl from Clash of the Titans? Remember the little like clockwork owl, or was that Jason the Argonauts? I can't remember which one it is.
Yeah, that's Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans. Remember the
Yeah.
little
That was
clockwork-
Bubbo or something like that.
Oh, Cletus is pretty good.
Cletus is pretty good.
Show. What did you see, Cletus?
Okay, so this is going to be difficult because it says, like you said, they do not perceive the world as humanoids do, and their answers are hard to interpret.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's thanks, Free League. That doesn't make my job difficult at all. Oh, okay, Bobo. Thanks, Sam. Bobo is Clash of the Titans. So again, you get bird language, which is very difficult to understand. You try to decipher, I guess, the tweets or the mental tweets, however you communicate with this bird. Oh, Bubo, not Bobo. Bubo. Yeah, that's what you guessed, wasn't it? Something like that?
I said Bubbo, but
Bubbo.
Bubo's close.
Cletus is your new favorite character. So, you get... God, how do I even describe this? You get an image of the sun, like a blazing sun. That's
Okay.
That's sort of what you gather. It's like like heat and flame, and yeah, it almost looks like a sun. And you also get an image of like sharp thorns, like brambles.
Mm.
And it's a very focused feeling on the thorn itself, not necessarily the plant, but just the
Right.
thorn. So thorn, you get a sense of heat, fire of some kind. But yeah, that's the imagery that you get from this Cletus. If that's what we're going with.
Yeah, no,
All right.
it's got to be Cletus now.
And what kind of bird is Cletus? We're going to decide that, or did you already do that?
So that the little bird in my picture,
Mhm.
that's Cletus right there. There's like a little
Oh, so like a little I don't know, what is that, a finch or something, or like a
yeah.
You canary?
is it a canary?
We're just
I don't
out of
know. What is
mind,
what
so
is
that would
that?
make sense.
What is that
Aw.
guy?
I
He's
don't
whispering in
know.
your ear. Yeah, I suck at birds. I don't even know if it's not like an eagle or an owl or a raven. Like I don't know.
Like
what
a
it will be.
wren?
Is it a
Yeah,
wren?
yeah, it's God, it's a real bird. Uh, it's a type of bluebird. Maybe it's an eastern bluebird, but yeah, it's just a little bluebird.
Okay. All right.
Which
Well,
is they're like wrens, yeah.
gotcha. Okay, that is the information you get from Cletus the wren.
Okay.
And your watch is up, which brings us to Cerriel.
Okay.
And I'm guessing you tell her the same thing, basically what you saw and
Yep.
maybe what Cletus saw or thought he saw.
Yeah, I definitely let her know. To think about what Cletus saw and how bizarre that is.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, just sort of reiterate, Cerriel, there's, he directs you toward the face, the gate on the mountainside, and you do indeed see in these like arrow slits, guard peepholes, whatever you want to call them. There's fire or flame or something. There's light coming from the other side, and you also do see that starlight kind of shimmery pattern that is being cast on the ground. It appears to be coming through a crack in between the two doors on the gate.
Okay. I'll just, I guess, keep an eye on those.
Okay, so you're just gonna kind of watch and see if anything else happens.
Yeah.
Okay, No, so that is all that happens on your watch.
Fantastic.
Now Gideon is
will-
ready.
I will awake Gideon and tell him what everyone told me.
Okay.
Oh. Weird.
Yes,
Sounds
no
like a
monsters
monster.
yet.
That's what I was waiting for. He's gonna, just like last night, right? He's got a, oh, that must be the glimmer of a giant snake. So I need to go scales
Bush
of a snake.
monster.
Yeah, got to go kill it. So Gideon, is there anything you'd like to do on your watch, or just kind of keep a lookout?
Let me see.
Just stir up trouble somehow?
I have to at least once, right?
Yeah.
No, I think I'm just gonna keep a lookout.
Okay. Yeah, your watch is goes by uneventful, and you can see the sky beginning to brighten slightly as morning is coming.
Another successful watch.
All right, so all of your watches are over. The sun rises. It's early morning. You can no longer see the glimmery starlight coming from the front gates, nor the light coming from the slits in the rock wall.
So I was thinking about it last night, and I think what Cletus saw was just the torches inside of this space inside of the mine, and he must have seen like archers guarding, pointing their arrows out. We should be cautious when we try to enter in.
Okay. Do we get the benefits of a shift rest?
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, of course.
Cool.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your shift rest button on the handy dandy character sheet. Oh wow, you were down 17 willpower points, Donovan?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize. Damn. Okay, well
Yep.
that's helpful. Okay, so you guys are all rested up. The sensation of valuable treasure is just flushing your face, Donovan. What would you guys like to do now?
I would like to approach the entrance again.
Okay. Are you
careful, lad.
how are you approaching it? Are you just kind of confidently
I might be
strutting up
staying-
there? Are you trying
Yeah,
to
no,
be sneaky, or?
Yeah, maybe going along the edge of the wall of the
Oh, I
mountain,
see. Okay, cool.
and
so
just
you're
kind of
kinda-
staying out of view of the arrow slits or
Okay.
whatever it is. The
Okay.
watch, but like stealthy, being careful of that, but not so much of that. That seems to be where I'm thinking danger might come from, at least right
Mhm.
here.
Mhm.
So, and then getting up to the actual door and looking in. So, like maybe up, like. Here,
But you're
like
keeping to the wall. Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
So that like I'm underneath the.
So yeah, why don't you roll me a sneaking roll, but I'm gonna give you a boon because of your awareness of something beyond. But you know, you'll need to be, that's the one thing you guys notice. Once you make your way into this ravine, it becomes deathly quiet. It's almost as if these mountains are insulating you from the world outside. So your footfalls are much more audible right here. And I'm guessing,
I
are
get
you
a
still
boon
wearing
on,
like
or I
plate?
get a bane on all sneaking.
Oh
so that
man,
evens out,
so
yeah.
yeah.
Cool. It's 5.
Wow, look at that. Okay, holy crap.
Nice.
You rolled. What is your sneaking?
11.
Okay, that's not bad though.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so you successfully make your way to the front gates. Nobody says anything. You don't hear anything. Do you want to push your way in, or and I guess what's the rest of the party doing? Is Bramble kind of you guys see him from afar? I guess, unless you followed him up here, kind of shimmy along the wall and successfully make it to the front gate. You almost don't see him. He's so sneaky.
That's right.
Guys, where did Bramble go?
He sneaked up ahead, Gideon.
I'm right over here.
Oh, that would have been so good.
See, that's what Gideon would have done.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're rubbing off on me.
So what's everybody doing?
I'm terrible at sneaking around at my old age, and now I'm even older than when I was old. So perhaps one of you can follow him and make sure it's safe and give me the signal, and then I can just make my way over.
I'll check it out.
So you're gonna sneak as well? Are you
Yes.
taking Bramble's approach, or are you just kind of tiptoeing
Yeah.
straight up the middle?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Bramble's approach.
Okay, why don't you roll me a sneaking check, please, with a
Okay.
boon.
Okay.
Oh, what
the shit?
Double dragon! I love that. I
Dang,
love that
I
game
just
as a kid.
turn into a ghost. We're so
Damn!
sneaky.
Wow. Okay, so
Did we just
Holy-
find a statue piece?
I know, right?
Awesome.
I
Game
tripped.
over.
Mission
That's
accomplished.
it. Mission accomplished. So, yeah, you move like a ghost. That's insane. So I'll say also that I guess this would double as, if you do decide to go inside, you'll be basically undetected entirely. Like if there is detection on the other side of this gate, if that's where you're headed,
Mhm.
I'll give you basically another free, unless you have an idea, if there's something else you'd like to do with that double dragon.
Yeah, can't think of anything right now.
Okay, all right. So you can hold on to that, or we can just say that. So, or what I can do is if you'd like to have somebody else have a free pass, so they don't have to roll.
Yeah, I think I'd use my free pass for Donovan.
Yeah, that sounds like
Donovan's old
probably.
bones.
What is Donovan sneaking? It's got to be crappy, right?
I think it's a 4. or something.
Yeah. So I'll just say you guide him across. He takes every little step you took, and is completely soundless. So that just leaves Gideon, I guess. If you'd
I
like
appreciate that. Thank you so much.
to. Yeah, we knew that probably wasn't going to end well, I'm sure.
You guys have so much faith in me.
What is your sneaking? It's got to be good, right? It's got to be decent. It's 10.
10.
And you're going to get a boon? Because you guys are all aware that you are potentially being watched from above.
Yeah, but our party just rolled a double dragon, so.
Oh, man, I know.
Now it's time to be the battle toad. I know you can be. There you go.
There! 3! The Battletoad, yeah. Another sweet video game. Okay, so you guys all make it to the gate. The gate is closed, however. But it appears to be openable.
Bramble will look to see what if I can just push it open or if it's secured in some way.
No, yeah, you can just open it up. So
Yeah, does
you
it say
can-
push or pull on it?
You can click
Yeah, important to know.
push or pull. I'll say pull.
Okay.
Based on the illustration there, it looks like they open outward.
He will try. He will pull it open, and like peek inside to see what he can see. Inside.
Yeah, you peek inside, and you see a stone floor sloping downward, and there are deep wheel tracks rutted in the stone floor.
Old
Presumably,
mine carts.
exactly. Presumably some kind of mining cart or equipment. And at the other end, you see a portcullis. It's wedged half open. Or not, sorry, it's not the other end. At the end of the corridor is a gate above which the ceiling is glittering like a starry sky. So this is where you see the source of the illumination coming from. And that is down at this other end right here. But yeah, there's a portcullis, right at the entrance, but it is half open, so it's like wedged, so you're able to just walk right under it.
Okay.
And as you walk in, this kind of starry light intermingled with the sunlight spilling in through the opposite way, you see these reliefs on the walls. They look like they're also vandalized, much like the inscriptions on the front gate. It looks like a bunch of dwarves doing mining work. It's very intricately carved. It's very nice craftsmanship, but it's been all damaged.
Would myths and legends help determine anything, or it just is what it is?
Yeah, I mean, you can if you want to try to maybe decipher what these things might mean. Yeah.
And is there any? Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Is there a way Gideon can help and make a boon happen?
Yeah, I would say, because his book, he's got that book too. So I would say it's like a 3d20 roll. So it's like a boon.
So like maybe also like what style of art it is. Like if this is like goblin graffiti and it looks like something that they would write or something like that.
Dang, I didn't even think of that side of the equation, but yeah, you're right. What's vandalizing everything over here?
I know, people are just trashing this place.
We have the same myths and legends, Gideon, but you go ahead and make the double boon rolls because you've got the book.
Oh. What's the worst that could happen?
What is your myths and legends?
We both have a 14.
Oh, okay. You got it with a 10. Although you did roll a demon, but thankfully didn't count. So yeah, you decipher this as you recognize this as both Bothild, so Bothild or Bothild. Again, there's a legend of this dwarf who became incredibly greedy, and legend has it they opened up the gate to the netherworld. They dug so deep.
That's right.
And this is
can you spell her name again real quick?
Yeah, it's Both. Where did it go? I think it's Bothild. Yeah, Bothild.
Okay. Sorry.
The last text that we discovered, wasn't there something mentioned about greed?
Yes, there was. So on the outside, you saw it was greed's price. That is something that Donovan deciphered. And what you read was the word lode, Lode, but then it was kind of marked out or changed to the word folly, Folly. But yeah, in here it's all glimmering above. It's as if you're in this crazy star field, or it's like gem-like reflections coming from the ceiling. And I guess any one of you, if you guys want to, I guess Gideon's looking Donovan's looking, Bramble's looking. Whoever wants to roll an awareness check for me. Or you guys can all roll an awareness check if you'd like. It's up to you.
Okay.
And we can just see what happens. So Donovan, while he's inspecting, everybody succeeds except Bramble. Bramble sees nothing at all. He rolled a demon. You do see something above among the glittering stars. You see, it appears to be that there's movement up there.
I'm gonna cast light.
Okay.
I would get closer, I think, also as we're walking in. I'm like, so that everybody can get in.
Yeah, are you going to make your way all the way down to the other end of the corridor?
Yeah, just about
Okay.
almost to the door.
And then I guess what about Donovan and Gideon and Cerriel? Are you guys just kind of going to be in the order you're in, but inside the corridor?
Yeah, I'm gonna be closer. I'm gonna say Bramble. Come here a second. And when I get close to, I want to cast light on his warhammer.
Okay.
So that way he can still, because I can cast it on any inanimate object to be the point of the light where the light comes from.
So I'll say this before you do that, though. So you do know that there was some kind of movement and light above you from the outside.
Mhm.
You do see movement and these like arrow slits or some kind of grating. It's kind of tough to tell because it's somewhat concealed by this glittery ceiling that's
Right.
going on. So you think somebody's up there.
So perhaps darkness is our friend.
Yeah,
now.
so
Oh,
I guess
no
what I'm getting at
surprise.
is if you flash light, that might, garner the attention of whatever is up there potentially.
But darkness can also be not our friend. You guys remember when Morning Cloak couldn't hit shit in front of him inside of the basilisk cave?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
We don't have to worry about that.
Well, it's not pure dark. So there is kind of this luminescent,
there is
starry
sunlight?
sky
Okay.
glitteriness going on. Yeah, you guys can see what you see now. So you guys can make your way all the way through the corridor, and there's this other door at
Okay.
the other end. Yeah.
Be very,
So it's
very
not
quiet.
pitch
Yeah,
black in here.
I'm hunting cultists.
And so you
Yeah,
guys
so-
come to another
we'll sneak
gate
all the way up
here.
there.
Yeah, you make your way to the other gate. It looks like this one hasn't been opened in some time, though. It's not as messed up as the entrance gate, but it looks
Sure
like
isn't.
it is able to be opened if you'd like.
Yeah, I think Bramble will try to open it.
Okay. So you kind of push a little bit, and there's a lot of push back. So you can roll a strength roll if you'd like, or you can have somebody help you as well.
I can do a strength roll.
Okay. Okay, that succeeds with a 13. And you open the door. Boom.
Oh.
And
Nice.
inside, you see just this massive chamber. And it is glimmering with more of that starlight on the ceiling. It's just disappearing upward completely. And in the center, you see there is a large headless statue with a double-headed axe raised toward the ceiling. And the air immediately here, it was kind of dry and pleasant outside, but in here it's cold and dank. But there's just kind of this dreamy haze across the entire chamber. It's very peaceful in here. But you also do see goblins. They don't
Right.
appear to have noticed you yet, but there are, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 8 goblins kind of hanging around these pillars. They look like they're,
Oh,
yeah,
I
they
can
look
only
kind
see
of-
3 of them.
Oh yeah, there's 2 here, 2 here, and then there's 4 at the other end. They don't, yeah, like I said though, they don't appear to notice you quite yet. You managed to, sneakily get in here.
So Bramble turns to Donovan. His eyes are kind of like wide. He says, there is some goblins in there. More than
How many?
I could see like 8 at least.
That's a problem, yes.
I think that if we go inside, we might be in trouble. There's a lot of space. It is a big room. Maybe we can get them to come out to us through this tunnel. You see what I'm saying? Like they
It's
come.
an excellent idea. Like old Thermopylae. Or that doesn't exist in this world. But yes, I know what you're
I
saying.
don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you see, Thermopylae was the battle of the Greeks. Anyway, yes, that's an excellent idea.
Why don't we tell Gideon and Cerriel, and maybe I can open the door and yell, and then run, and then if they come out, then we can attack them as they are coming out of the hallway. Do you think that's a good idea?
I think that's a great idea. Let's do it.
Right.
So Gideon's gonna make his way back, or Donovan's gonna make his way back out. He does not want to be near 8 goblins. And yeah, so I'll tell Cerriel and Gideon about the plan as I pass by each one. And we're gonna draw the threat out to us and have it in this narrow passageway so we can fight them one at a time.
Yeah, Cerriel is reminded of the. Oh yeah, what's up, Gideon?
Hey, what's
How
up?
tall is the ceiling?
The ceiling is incredibly tall. You can't even see the ceiling. It's hard to decipher. It almost looks like you're looking up at the night sky. So where there is not glimmery stuff, it's just blackness.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, right at the doorway, Gideon's gonna kind of like jump up and kind of like hold himself above it. He has a plan, but out of view of the people who come through the doorway.
So you're trying to climb up on top of the open door?
Yeah, like kind of like pushing out against each side of the passageway.
Oh, you're in the corridor doing like this thing where I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I mean, how high are you going to go up?
Just a little bit higher than the door so they wouldn't notice.
Okay. Well, you're kind of little though. I wonder if you can do that, because this is what, a meter across? Or no, sorry, 2 meters, right? That's what these are.
Oh.
Yeah, each square.
So yeah, each square is 2 meters, meaning, yeah, I don't know that you'd be able to actually. You're a pretty little guy, aren't you? Aren't you like 3 feet tall or something?
Yeah, that's true.
So I guess usually, what is your arm span is like about is it your height, right? Or close to your height? I can't remember.
Generally, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if you'd be able to do that. You could probably attempt to climb the wall if you want, though.
Yeah, is there like a little bit of a ledge above the doorway?
I mean, you could. Yeah, I'll say there's like a little. I don't know, what do they call them above doorways? Not mantles. I don't know, but yeah, we'll say there's like a little bit of a frame up top.
Okay, he's going to try and chill up there.
Climb up there. Okay. So I'm gonna need you to roll me a acrobatics check, I guess.
Can I give him a boost?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can
Help
give him a
him out?
boost. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So that'd be acrobatics with a boon. Okay, you succeed. So yeah, you're perched up there. Little Toadie's perched above the door, I guess. And what about Donovan and Cerriel? Are you guys all the way outside?
Yeah, I mean, if the plan is to get him to come out, right?
I'm definitely outside because my spells cost less outside.
Yeah, I feel like my main weapon is a ranged weapon, so I should be as
Oh, I
far
know
as
what
I
I know
can
what you're
be.
trying to do. You're trying to blast them with lightning bolts, aren't you?
I just started blasting. Blah, blah.
Okay. So I guess everybody's in position. Are you closing the door, Donovan?
I did not mean to do that.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, you can close it if you want. I was just curious. Okay.
No.
All right. So yeah, these goblins are kind of hanging out, chatting with each other in Goblin. Look kind of weary.
I think that if Bramble looks back and gets a thumbs up, then he will yell into the room, and like he'll open the door wider,
Okay, you're gonna open it wide. Okay.
and he will yell, "Hey, we are messing with all of your graffiti. It's really terrible, so we're making it better." And then he will like take off running.
Oh
down the
man.
hall.
Okay. I love it. On that note, I think that's where we're gonna end tonight's session, everybody. So we'll see what happens with the goblins next time on Dragonbane. Thanks so much for watching along with us. Appreciate you guys joining the stream and the VOD. Thank you, Patrick, for the amazing Dragonbane system as always. Thank you, Andreas and Noel, for the tunes. Ian, thanks for joining, man. Also, Sam, thank you for you were here like right on time, right at the very beginning. And for all of the other silent viewers in the chat, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks you guys for playing with me. And let me find the end stream button. We should be back next week, same time. So next Wednesday, around 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. So hope to see you guys then. Take it easy.